Let's move on to this last topic.
Okay.
Dina, you were pretty passionate about this one.
Yes.
Cracking iPhone X IDs.
Yes.
So now of course people have learned how to crack into this
Okay,
code of
so
facial
you all know the
recognition.
new iPhone recently came out, the iPhone 10 or X, as you will see everywhere. The big thing, I don't have it, so I'm just gonna pretend like I do while I don't.
Where's Rob? Rob has the new one.
Yeah, Rob does. The big thing about this new phone is the facial recognition, right? So you can literally put the phone up to your face and there's no home button anymore, it'll open for you. So this has been a point of issue for a lot of people who are not yet ready to do something like this security-wise. I know, Megan, you don't even want to put your fingerprint on the phone yet.
I feel better about facial recognition than I do about fingerprint.
About
I think
fingerprint?
there's something more sacred about one's fingerprint than facial recognition. I mean, anyone can every day on TV.
Yeah, they watch us.
They watch us.
Okay. So Apple said, you know what? We are going to make sure that the facial recognition is as secure as possible. We have tested one person's face against 150 others, and there's no possible way that these things get broken into, at least that we've been able to figure out. Well, now a company, and it's a Vietnamese-based company, they have basically had their hackers find a way to break into phones using the facial recognition technology. And the way they did it, and I think I need to start this by saying I don't think every thief out there will have access to this. So I don't think it's something that people need to completely worry about, but nonetheless, it's not foolproof is what we're getting at. They created a mask, a 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional mask of somebody's face. And it actually has a nose, so that when the person turns, they actually can put this mask on and make it turn and rotate and then unlock the phone. How likely is it that somebody's going to get your phone and know how to make the exact mask that's going to do something like this? Probably unlikely, but still,
it's out there.
It's been cracked.
It's been cracked. And this was supposed to be the latest feature in security, and it was supposed to make people feel a little safer about their phones and not having somebody get access to it and your personal information. And now we're seeing that there is a way to get into the phone.
I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, if they know who the phone belongs to, then they have a picture of that person.
But then
whether you Google a person's name and photos come up of them, and then they create what kind of mask do they create?
I don't even know, but it's a combination of 3D and 2D printed elements, as well as a silicone nose.
Okay,
that's really interesting. Yeah, a lot of work just to get some information. But again, a lot of these
Vietnamese company wants to prove that they're the first ones to do it. I'm sure.
Yes, but a lot of these phones have everything. For some people, they have their bank accounts on here. They have, you know, their work information, everything you can imagine possible. So if you lose it, you're kind of screwed. And then if somebody tries to break into it with the iPhone 10 with facial recognition from that hacker site or whatever, I don't know, like, you could literally lose everything.
Well, and the scary part about this is that this phone has been in the production phase for literally 10 years. I mean, since the first iPhone up until now, they've been working on the latest and greatest security technology. So now here we are, a decade after the first iPhone, and it took somebody a week to break in. I mean, they have been working on this for 10 years, and it took somebody literally a couple of days to be able to show us that this is just not a foolproof method of getting in the phone. Will it stop you from buying the phone?
Yes.
Probably not. But it's just, you know, goes to show that, you know, the FBI, certain law enforcement agencies do need to be considering these sorts of things as we start to understand how, you know, this technology can be cracked.
I think that's for all technology. Anything that has, you know, a passcode, you can get into it in some way, shape, or form.
Which is why I always am just paranoid.
Yeah, in general. So Megan walks around paranoid.
It's like, yes, you have your stuff connected, but not everything. There's always like that off chance that, what if, you know?
Well, my whole thing is not to instill fear in anyone, but it's like, all our bank account is a bunch of numbers on the internet. You know, anybody at any time, if they really wanted to, can zero it out. Code. And so, not to say that I'm going to start, you know, going crazy and pulling all my money out of my accounts, but it's like, we live in a digital world. I mean, not the age that we're in right now, everything is just letters and numbers on a screen. And so it's a little scary when you think about it that way.
Yeah, everything's zeroed out, you're right. Yeah. Like, it's not hard cash.
No. We're not sitting there with stacks of money anymore. You know, it's all just a number behind a screen. So
odd.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, I guess a question would be, now that you know that this Vietnamese company proves that it's very likely that someone could, if they really wanted to and had the money and the technology to do it, could crack into your phone, will you still think about getting the 10 if you were thinking about it.
I still want the 10.
You'll still get it?
Yeah.
That doesn't scare you off?
Just because it's just the latest and greatest of Apple, and I've always been an Apple purchaser. I've had the original iPhone, and I thought that was amazing, and it was like so ahead of its time.
At the time,
and now I want the 10. My husband has it. I don't have it yet because I'm still under contract with this one. He loves it. He loves the animojis. That's the best part. He's like sending me messages with like a unicorn and poop or something. And it's so fun. It's so cute. And London likes it, of course. But it takes amazing photos.
Yeah, it does.
There's just so much wonderful technology on there.
Another feature that we realized with Rob Carlmark, and then also this last weekend, someone who had it showed me, if you get a text message and you have the iPhone 10, if someone else picks up your phone and looks at the message, it just says who it's from, but it doesn't tell you what's in the message, right? So it'll say, Megan Tellis texted you, but then if somebody other than me looks at my phone, it just shows text message. But as soon as I put my face in front of it, it shows you the whole thing.
Well,
that's really crazy.
Someone could pick it up and it will say Megan Tellis, but no message.
Right.
And then you put your face to it, and then it shows
a message.
The pair, whatever I sent you.
Right.
Which is cool because it goes to that facial recognition thing and to easy accessibility, right? So I don't have to go in, look at it, open my phone, go to my text messages, open to see what you said.
Yeah. Well, and there is a feature if you want to be able to protect your text messages, there is a feature where you can turn off what is actually written in the body. Yeah. But now with this new phone, you know, it automatically will not show someone who isn't your face, which I thought was just pretty cool.
That is pretty neat.
So facial recognition. Yeah. It's a good thing, can be a bad thing. How do you guys feel about this?
Who wants to buy this for a Christmas gift? 3 of them. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, all 3. Oh, and Mason. David Wong said if you can remotely control the lights and doors at your house from a huge distance, so can someone else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, when we go out of town now, we have to disable our garage because there are people who come around with garage doors that can open other, car remotes. People can channel them to open other cars. There was a big theft ring in San Francisco a couple of years ago because somebody was going around unlocking people's doors, not breaking any windows. I mean, it's just, that's the thing. The more technology we have, it becomes more convenient, but also we're kind of risking a little bit more of our safety, I think, sometimes too.
Elle says, I won't spend $1,000 on a phone. Seems these iPhones have more problems than others. Save my money.
That's why my husband got the 8, because he said he wanted to wait until the glitches were all out of this generation.
I mean, but now there are more glitches on the new update, I feel like. My phone is working a lot slower, which I'm a little frustrated by.
Me too.
Did you see it came out with another update?
No!
Yeah, there's another update to fix the glitches. That's the thing about Apple. I feel as though, because I feel like your husband had a good point, like he wants to wait for another generation, but if the glitches are that bad, I feel like Apple will take care of it. I mean, that's bad press on their part and be like, okay, bring in your phones if you need it, or here's an iOS, a new iOS for us to update those bugs.
Right.
So they fix it along the way. It's just, do you have the patience to like stick with it and hope that they're coming out with the new iOS?
You always want to wait a little bit before you get the new phone.
Which is why I've waited a couple of weeks and hopefully in a couple more.
Honestly though, if we got work phones that were Androids, I would honestly be so lost. I wouldn't know how to use it. And that's the honest truth. I'm just so used to using an iPhone for 10 plus years now that I don't know how to use. I don't even know how to use my work desk phone, okay? Let's talk about that for a second.
Should we talk babies before we have to go?
Okay, should we give a big shout out? Yes, let's do it. I'm waiting for comments, but you guys aren't commenting much about the phone.
Yeah, let us know about the phone.
I think people like it. I'm going to speak for everyone. I think people like it.
So